bow of the cargo vessel crashing over the waves, the smell of salty sea air, and the cry of gulls in the air. Ever watchful from horizon to horizon, for his country's foes may look ever so closely. This was my grandfather's service experience back in the day during World War II. I think of my grandfather often, for he lives just down the block. His service was long ago, but he still stands here today, so I believe he is due for commemoration. And in his life, he has gone through a lot. His character, who he is, where he's been, how he's grown up, his story, what he's been through, which has been a lot, and his legacy, where he stands today. Now, I want to give you all an insight as to why my grandfather is so dear to me. My grandpa is a kind man. He worked on his family farm day and night, providing for his children, providing for his wife. Not only that, but my grandmother and him had raised over a dozen children besides their own. Those two are always two I can turn to. Ask for guidance. Aside from being caring, he's the hardest worker I've ever known. Even today, he's 94, and he still walks outside the house, gardens, gets on his tractor, starts it up. He enjoys life. And through his hard-working attitude, I believe anything can be accomplished. Because when I'm 94, I don't know if I could even move. And then from day to day, to work, to lifelong goals or struggles. And I believe our struggles today do not even rival what he's gone through. My grandpa has, as I said, he's gone through a lot. Back in 1941, he was drafted into the United States Navy, placed in service aboard a freighter as a gunner, so someone who would watch guard. And although he did not engage in active combat, he faced the same risks as many fellow Americans did as they served on the seas. And he was there for 4 long years. After the war was over, he came back to a really poor nation. Money and food were scarce, but he resumed farming because hard work was all he ever knew. And in time, his family farm grew, and so did my family's roots. More recently, in 2009, my grandmother passed away. It was a sad time, but she had been in the hospital for many months, and we knew it was only a matter of time before she would pass away. He is a man to cry, unlike myself, but I can tell you that even 9 years since her passing, he still mourns, beat in silence. But today, he remains, although he forgets the little things often, and he has a cane, a glass eye, he has trouble walking around, but he's in tip-top shape for 94, honestly. I hope you've seen what a unique and strong individual who my grandfather is to me. So, in conclusion, my grandfather is such a great man. He's a U.S. military veteran. He's a hard-working idol who I hold so dear. And I've given respect for him, for his character, what he's been through, how he's grown up, because when he was young, it would take 10 miles just to get to school. And they didn't have a car back then, so they had to walk. And through his story, being a military veteran, it took him 4 years just to get home, and his legacy, where he stands today. I mean, I don't know how much time he has left, but I wish to cherish what time I have with him and have had with him for as long as he lives. And when the time comes for commemoration, do not look to the horizon, but for those closest to you, because I feel that our loved ones mean a lot to us. And don't lose sight of your moon while chasing stars.